Disneyland Resort is no doubt an iconic landmark in the United States, with many things in the park, including Main Street USA, being as iconic. When you enter Disneyland, the very first thing you see is Main Street with the castle at the other end. It's very easy to walk down these sidewalks and not realize what any of these stores actually are. Like this building. This used to be a lingerie store. And what is this Indian statue doing on Main Street? There have been so many bizarre stores in Main Street history, so let's find out about a few of them.
Hey you, do you live in Disney World?
Nope.
Exactly. Do you wish you lived in Disney World?
No, not really.
Well, that doesn't matter. This video is brought to you by Magic Candle Company. I love these scents. I have these candles burning all the time in my office while I'm making these videos and writing these scripts. I've been a customer of Magic Candle Company for a long time. My favorite scent is probably Flying Over Africa. They are so authentic and smell exactly like the actual attraction. It's insane. I personally recommend going to magiccandlecompany.com and getting one of their bundles because you get 4 of their magical fragrances, either the candle bundles or the fragrance oil bundles. I personally love, and I know you will love them too. And check this out, I have a deal for you. If you buy any product, you can get 15% off if you use my code BigBeautifulDiz15 for 15% off your order. Just put it in the discount code. It'll work. You can save some money. And yeah, thank you so much to Magic Candle Company for sponsoring this video. Again, BigBeautifulDiz15. Go to magiccandlecompany.com. Thank you, and back to the video.
Our story begins with 2 men, Harper Groff and Walt Disney. Mr. Groff worked with Walt and later worked on Main Street USA. He was from Fort Collins, Colorado, and brought some pictures of his hometown to Walt. Walt liked the town's style and incorporated many features into Main Street. Harper Groff also used Walt's hometown as inspiration. Walt Disney has also visited the Henry Ford Museum in the 1940s, and that inspired the Main Street concept. Walt wanted Main Street to resemble an American small town and reflect good times and happy memories. They even built an apartment for Walt above the fire station. Walt frequently visited Disneyland because he was so proud of it, and he wanted to see how guests responded to it. He used this apartment as somewhere to go when he didn't want to be out in the park. When Walt was in the park, a lamp was turned on to notify cast members, and after Walt's death, this lamp was turned on permanently. The oldest building on Main Street is the Opera House, home of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. This building opened in 1955 and was originally the park's lumber mill. Another store that opened in 1955 was the tobacco shop. Walt Disney was an avid smoker. There are multiple pictures of Walt with a cigarette in his hand. Smoking in general was viewed way differently in 1955 than in 2025. Partly due to Americans not knowing the dangers of smoking. To make Main Street feel like an American town, Disney decided to open a tobacco shop, since it was common to find this kind of shop in that time period. The tobacco shop sold chewing tobacco, cigarettes, pipes, and cigars. At that time, smoking was permitted in all areas of the park except for attractions and queues. When the shop opened in 1955, this Native American statue stood in front of the shop. This is a cigar store Indian. And cigar store Indians came about when stores would use things to signify what their store was, like a barber pole outside of a barber shop, for example. Tobacco has been associated with Native Americans for years, since they were the ones who introduced Europeans to it back when the Pilgrims came to America. Cigar store Indians were statues that stood on the sidewalk in front of tobacco stores. This trend ended around the late 19th century when cities started passing ordinances that prohibited the stores to put the statue on the sidewalk. Many smokers shopped at this store until June 1990 when the tobacco shop closed. A new store called Great American Pastimes opened. This store sold baseball cards and sports memorabilia. This shop was only open until 1999. After that, 20th Century Music Company opened in the same building. This store sells Disney DVDs and videos It now sells Disney pins. Even though the tobacco shop closed many years ago, the cigar store Indian is still located outside of the building on the sidewalk. Disneyland Park stopped selling cigarettes in late 1990. In 2000, Disneyland introduced smoking areas, which limited the location you were able to smoke in. Disneyland hotels quickly started becoming smoke-free. Grand Californian becoming the first in 2001, with Disneyland Hotel and Paradise Pier Hotel implementing this rule in 2006. Since Disney's stricter policies on smoking, they also started editing some films that included character smoking, like Pecos Bill and Melody Time, and they have even edited some pictures of Walt smoking. This has led to a rumor that says this is why cast members point with two fingers. That's not true. Disneyland Resort made a huge rule change on May 1st, 2019 when they banned smoking in Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure, and Downtown Disney. As a non-smoker myself, even though I sound like a smoker right now because I'm sick, I'm very happy that the air is clean in Disneyland. So that is a little bit about where to get cigarettes and the history of smoking in Disneyland. Now, let me introduce you to this friendly guy. He is the subject of our next store. His name? The Wonderful Wizard of Bras. That's right, there used to be a bra shop on Main Street. It was called Hollywood Maxwell's Intimate Apparel Shop. This store opened in 1955 and was only open for a year. I wonder why. Hollywood Maxwell had wanted a store in Disneyland for a while before the opening. They knew that this was a great opportunity to sell their apparel. The company had success previously with its Viet Whirlpool bra. The company got their wish and opened a bra shop on Main Street. The concept was to teach guests about underwear, but also sell them underwear. Half of the store was an educational show about bras. The other half was an actual bra shop. The show part of the building was made to look like a Victorian-era receiving room. The Wizard of Bras would appear on stage and take guests through the history of underwear. This character was an animatronic. According to publicity items from the time, the most unusual and unique part of the display was a Singer sewing machine from 1860. There were also displays of models modeling different bras, corsets, and petticoats. Through a system of small 3D boxes, guests could see a series of images where, I'm not kidding, a model strips from a dress down to her underclothes. Not only could guests get the history of underwear, they could also buy the underwear. There were issues with this shop right away. First, many guests didn't want to go there because it was awkward. Second, many minors go to Disneyland, so these kind of items did not sell well to women of that age. Third, men did not want to go into the store, and women did not want to bring their husbands or boyfriends to this store. Reportedly, when men did visit the store, they were very polite and gentlemanly. Even though the 50s were a wild time, us men knew how to conduct ourselves. The intimate apparel shop was clearly not working, so it closed just 6 months into operation in January 1956. Its neighbor, the Glass and China shop, expanded into the old apparel shop building. This building has not been operating as a store since 2009. Today, it is used as a storefront facade and is known for the upper floor window for Roland F. Crump's Palm Parlor, a tribute to Imagineer Rolly Crump. In 1958, Hollywood Maxwell and Vassar, a part of Mussingwear, combined companies and became the Hollywood Vassarette Intimate Apparel Division. The Vassarette brand is still around today. Lingerie is a word that you don't think of when you think of Disney. Magic is a word that is often associated with Disney. Back when Disneyland opened in 1955, most of the gift shops and/or restaurants were controlled by other established companies. This was the case for Merlin's Magic Shop in Fantasyland. Before the opening of Disneyland, Walt Disney approached Merv Taylor, owner of the Merv Taylor Magic Company that owned retail magic stores. Merv Taylor was also the co-owner of a business firm called Taylor and Hume. Walt Disney pitched him an idea for a magic store that would be located in Fantasyland. That idea became Merlin's Magic Shop, and it immediately became popular. It was so popular that another magic store opened on Main Street in 1957. Comedian Steve Martin briefly worked at the Main Street Magic Shop, but mainly worked at the Fantasyland shop. He was a magic demonstrator and would practice his comedy routine while entertaining guests. This is where he first did his arrow through the head gag. Merlin's magic shop closed in 1983, but the mainstream magic shop remained open. After the years, the idea of buying magician items from the shop went away, and more generic Disney merch was sold. Until 2009, the rights to the Main Street Magic Shop was sold to Houdini's Magic Shop, who brought magic back to the shop. Professional and beginner magic tricks were brought back to the shop along with magic demonstrations. This time, real magicians were hired to show the guests tricks and give a more authentic performance.
Okay.
I'm going to ruffle through these cards in here, and I want you to, at any point, as you see all the different cards, I want you to just, whenever I go through the middle, I want you to say stop anytime you wish, okay?
Okay. Stop.
Are you happy? Oh, is that okay there?
Yeah, that's fine.
There? All right, take that card,
Okay.
show it to the camera, show it to your friends, but don't let me see it, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you remember that card as well.
Yes.
Okay? Go ahead and place it right back on the top. And as we see, that card is right there in the middle. I'm not even going to touch the cards. Okay? I'm going to step away from the cards. But I'm going to see if I can pick up on your mind move. Okay? So you have a strong mind, I can feel it. Send me the thought of the card. Just the thought of the card, okay?
Oh, there we go.
Strong mind. Oh. Wait, was it a red card?
Yes.
It was a red card. Okay, okay. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Jack, King, Queen. Oh, Steve. I did notice you had a little sparkle in your eye when I said 2.
Yes.
So now I know it's a 2. I know it's a red card. I don't know the suit though, okay? It's hearts or diamonds, diamonds, hearts. Keep sending me the thought.
Okay.
Oh. Steve, you know, I'm getting such a loving feeling. like a warmth, like a heart is forming, like 2 hearts. Was it the 2 of hearts?
Yes, it was.
Let me see this, just for fun. I'm going to add a little bit of heat. You can add a little heat with me as well. Just kind of play along. Use your imagination. There we go. Oh, it's getting warm. You know, heat makes things rise, of course. I'm going to see if I can make your card, Steve, rise right to the top. No, thank you. If I would have went one more card, that would have been wrong. Right? But I do feel there was so much love and so much warmth. Actually, Steve, if you look, there's the entire deck is actually
Yeah.
into the 2 of hearts. Every single card is the 2 of hearts. Thank you so much.
Take this little quarter and you rip off a piece.
What?
This, and you eat it.
No. No. Come on.
The cool thing is, it's completely solid.
In 2022, Vanishing Inc. bought the Houdini's Magic Shop brand, and with it, the Main Street Magic Shop. Today, the shop still sells high-quality magic accessories. Also in 2022, the former location of Merlin's Magic Shop was rebranded to Merlin's Marvelous Miscellany. This store sells magic and wizard-themed merchandise. It also acts as a tribute to the original magic shop. These shops that I've talked about today may be unique, but being unique is what makes Disneyland special. And what makes Main Street USA special is it being the perfect representation of an American town. I still don't understand why they thought it was a good idea to have a bra shop on Main Street.